The real Bible beyond misconceptions. That's what we're talking about today. And um, what this title means, what we're really getting at is how, uh, well, the best way to say it, there's a trend that I see um, where it's literally like people are missing the Bible for the Bible. The best analogy I could give, I've given this before, is like um, you have brakes on a car that need to be changed. We got to replace the brake pads on a car. And you're handed a manual. Hey, this is the brake change manual. You read through this book and it shows you how to change the brakes. Okay, step by step. You know what I'm saying? And what's happening is people are reading the book, they're studying the book, they're uh, looking in the book, and they're reading how it's written, and they're saying, "Hey, uh, is this real or is this fake?" Um, some people say General Motors wrote this book. Some people say Toyota. Is this book authentic? And they're studying other books to see if this book's real, and they're doing all this. And you know the simplest, most concrete way to see whether the book is real or fake is to simply follow the instructions in the book and see if it works. And this is what we have going on with the Bible. um, what the catalyst or the motivation for me to make this video was, um, or has been, is I recently watched the channel of this guy here. His name is Brooklyn Saint uh, Mickle. Brooklyn Saint Mickle, formerly known as Brother Yerushalayim. That's what he used to call himself. He made some videos about us being the people of the book, probably about maybe 5, 6, 7, probably 8 years ago. They were extremely popular. I think views in the millions. And then the next thing you know, he just fell off without any rhyme, reason, any reason or anything like that. And recently, I guess in the past couple months, he's resurfaced uh, with a channel, and it's about 8 months ago. He opened up, started a new YouTube channel, and basically, like the first video he put out is why I left the Israelites, Brother Yerushalayim formerly. That's the name of the video. And then he just goes on in his video saying why the Bible's fake and why he doesn't believe in the Bible and everything like that. And, I come across people like this. Um, and I'm going to tell you, being in this Hebrew Israelite and biblical, let's call it biblical truth search, or Bible culture. That's what I like to call myself. I'm a believer in the Bible culture. But anyway, being in this walk for a long period of time, being in it, I think I've since the Most High started dealing with me, it's going on like maybe 10 years or something like that almost. I have to go back and look up the exact date. But anyway, I've been in this for a while. I've been all around the Hebrew Israelite community. I know a lot about the Hebrew Israelite community and the biblical community as a whole. And something I found, you saw this happen with Yaki and Malachi Maccabee. The Bible talks about ever learning and never coming into the knowledge of the truth. And some of these people out here, they just they study, and they study themselves into unbelief. And I've said it once, I say it again. The problem with the so-called Hebrew Israelite community, the problem with Christianity, the problem with Catholicism, the thing that binds all those groups together and makes them 90% similar. They have 90% of how they operate is in common. And the reason why, somebody like Brooklyn Saint McKell, I think that's how you pronounce his name. The reason why he would fall back into unbelief, because when you listen to him talk, smart brother, disciplined brother, very serious minded and digging into the word, but people are missing the forest for the trees. I went on here. You go on his YouTube channel. The dude now has like 400, 500 videos. I mean, he's putting content out. He's studying all these. You see all the books behind him. The dude's a studier. He's studying all these different writings, all this stuff, trying to see, I guess, whether the Bible's real or fake, or where it's misleading at and everything like that. And he's quoting all these writers and scholars and just all this extra stuff. And to which I come with something simple, and it's even what the Bible says. It says, prove all things, hold fast to that which is true. Well, what do people try to do to prove or disprove something? They go to all this other stuff of other. So this guy is in all these books of other unproven people. Okay? He's studying all these writings of other people and from other nations and other groups who have a track record of lying and manipulating stuff. And mind you, none of them were there. None of us were there when anything was written. None of these people that he's quoting and everything, it's all hearsay and theories. So how can you prove or disprove the word? How can you prove or disprove the Bible? Do it. Try it. You see what I'm saying? But that's the problem. And that's the pervasiveness of the Greco-Roman mind. You see what I'm saying? It's all theory and philosophy, no concrete anything. It's all about literally, he's unknowingly walked into another deception. This Brooklyn Saint McKell, and even now, his diligence, I have a lot of respect for the work he's doing. But what Brooklyn Saint is doing is he's chopping down trees, and he's good at it. He's better at chopping these trees down than I am. But he's chopping them down in the wrong forest once again. You know what I'm saying? He's just studying all this stuff, and what he's going to find, he's wasting his time going down a dead-end street when all you have to do is do what the Bible says. Do it. You see what I'm saying? This is why I studied, like, coming in, before I came to Straitway, I studied him. I studied under all the videos he was putting out. I studied all these other groups. I studied the camps. I studied, the assemblies. I studied the Christian Hebrews and all these, and everything in between, only to eventually have the opportunity to be put or to meet Pastor Dallas Straitway and see people who were doing what the Bible said to the utmost. They and whether knowingly or unknowingly, I know Pastor doesn't say it like I'm saying it on here, but he said, hey, I'm going to do what this word says. He knew it to be true in his spirit because the Most High was dealing with him, and he walked it out. Nobody else is doing that. Like, nobody else is testing what the word says. the Bible stands on marriage. The Bible stands because a lot of people approach the book as a religious book because that's the way they were programmed from Catholicism, whether they realize it or not, through its harlot daughters, Christianity, and the different offshoots of that. Um, so you hear Bible, and automatically people jump to religion. Like they automatically jump to that mindset instead of approaching the book. The way I approach the book is as a cultural book, as a book that shows you the perfect way, because that's what the book, that's the claim. That's what Yah says. The Bible is the perfect way to live your life, to eat, to drink, to live, to build. Got economics in it, got psychology in it. Or when I say psychology, I just mean dealing with getting your mind and your spirit right. So it deals with that. You name it, with marriage, with relationships, and that's the claim it makes. And how are you going to know whether it was fake and whether it's a lie and whether it was fabricated and all this stuff? The most effective way to know that is to test it, to do it. So I see stuff he's in there saying. It's like I saw the title of one video where he's like, the Bible told somebody to kill 3,000 of their brothers, or something to that extent. A lot of people, one of the verses that some people bring out is, like back in the day, like there's a commandment where if your son, if parents have a son and he's not being obedient to what the parents say, they tell him to bring him to the elders, and like if he's not doing what he need to do, that they stone him. And you just look at all the punishments for stoning. If you do this, you get stoned. It's that, you get stoned. And at first glance, when you're looking at it through Greco-Roman Catholic goggles, at first glance, it looks harsh. It looks extreme. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't, like a lot of people say, a loving God wouldn't mandate that and stuff like that. But then, when you really look at, you stop looking at it as a religious book, and you look at it as a cultural book, and then you look at the condition of us as a people. You look at what's going on right now among our people and the dysfunction in the black community and what you see going on, and just in the world in general, you see why you have to put sin out from among you. And like I said, me walking this out, doing the Bible, not just sitting there studying it, ever learning and never coming to knowledge of the truth, but actually it says faith without works is dead, but me actually going and doing it, being around saints, being around people, and watching and seeing firsthand how sin creeps in and undermines everything, and the destruction and the pain it can cause, well, then it makes total perfect sense. You see the perfection in the word, where the word identifies who the people of today are, not by color, not by DNA, not by anything. Nowhere in there it doesn't say that's how you're going to be able to identify who the people of the word are today. It identifies who the people of the book are by the condition that they are in. It's something that cannot be faked. It can't be manipulated. It can't be denied. You see what I'm saying? So it's so concrete when you actually do the Bible instead of just sitting there analyzing it in a Greco-Roman fashion. Um, and I hope that um, Brooklyn St. Mark, I'd like him to answer this. I'm not trying to get in a debate with him or down talk him or anything like that, because I got a lot of respect for this dude, for the work he done and for his diligence. But like I said, he's chopping trees down in the wrong forest. And um, you know, like the word says in the word, more things are shown to us. This is in Sirach Ecclesiasticus. More things are shown to us than we are going to be able to understand. That's what it says. Okay. Um, but do I claim to understand every single thing in the word? No, I don't. And a lot of people have this thing where they have to know every single thing, and everything, every single thing in the word has to make sense. Um, that's not the case. But since implementing the word, I have seen the curses that were on my life, that I was operating in unknowingly, the curses that were upon me, and then being obedient to what the word says. I've seen them, um, those curses, you know, go away. And I've been able to have life and have it more abundantly, like the word says, by what? Doing it, walking it out. I think a lot of people get too technical with the word instead of just proving it. If it tells you to do this, try it. See what it, you know what I'm saying? See it, do it if it makes sense. If it's not gonna work, if it's a lie, if it's fake, it won't work. Um, okay, all right. My screen had blacked out for a sec, but anyway, this is the problem I see with a lot of people who just go off in a la la land with this. The Most High is not the author of confusion. Keep things simple. You know, um, and I don't know what else to say. Ooh, what just? Oh, okay. There we go. My I hit a button on my keyboard and the whole screen went out again. But anyway, it's not that complicated. I think people make this thing real complicated. Like I said, this dude has like, in an 8-month period, he now has like 500 videos on his page, calling himself, disproving the Bible and what it is. But I'm telling you, man, people are missing it. And I'm talking about even the so-called Hebrew Israelite community. They just study, study, study instead of doing, doing, doing. And I'm over here in Straightway. I'm watching people read the word, do what it says, and reap the blessings. Like, we're watching it. We're watching communities pop up, people getting delivered from all types of addictions and spirits and strongholds and you name it. Like, we're seeing this thing real time. We're seeing true brotherhood that you don't see anywhere else. We're watching brothers come together and build whole buildings in a week. 60, 70, 80 brothers come together and in a 1 week period do something and work together to produce something that's actually physical and practical and tangible. And I'm not saying that is what it's about. What I'm saying is that is the fruit that comes forth when spiritually your mind is in the right place. And again, all this stuff lines up with the book. So, yeah, maybe at some point we could have a discussion about this or whatever. But I just wanted to put this out there because, man, it's not complicated, man. It's about footwork. Um, Prove all things, hold fast to that which is true, you know. And, it'd be interesting to see. Like I said, I'm probably not going to go over there. Ain't no problem. I'm not going to be over there watching 500 videos about, you know, from all these other concepts and all this other stuff out there, when it's right here in plain sight and we have tangible proof evidence. I mean, what is more convincing than what's more convincing evidence than you seeing it right there in front of you come to fruition, I don't know, man. I don't trust all these books out here, and like I said, you got to try and test what these books say. But anyway, with that said, I'm going to wrap this one up. Appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm Michael Israel, and shalom, shalom.